Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we're going to do another pick a card tarot reading, and this time we're going to ask, what do you need right now in general? I was actually going to film a completely different video. I have a long list of videos that I want to post this month on my little board in my office, and I was looking at them, I was deciding, and I was going to go with another idea, and then randomly I got this sudden energy of just coziness, like warm beverages, snuggling up in a blanket. And with that coziness, it just popped into my head. What do you need right now? Sort of like this warm, beautiful, comforting energy that wanted to come through today and just nurture you and talk to you. So I want to create space for that energy to deliver some messages for you, hence this reading. So, and also stay tuned because we're going to be lighting an intention candle that will do some magic and help you manifest your intentions, okay? But first, take a look at all three of the piles on screen or the stones on screen and feel whichever one is drawing you in towards it, whichever one you just intuitively feel like is your stone or your group. And if you're having a hard time choosing, just pause this video, close your eyes, and whatever number pops into your head immediately, that can be a reading. What I like to do when I'm really stuck on what group to pick, I close my eyes and I imagine my higher self pointing to a pile or saying a number, pointing to a number. And maybe that'll help you out a little bit. Some of you could feel drawn to more than one groups in this reading. That's perfectly fine. There could be multiple messages for you there. As always, remember to take what resonates from these readings and leave anything that doesn't. This is a group reading, so sometimes not everything will resonate, but there could still be some key pieces of information for you. Other times it can feel like a totally personal reading and you're like shocked and like how crazy accurate it is, That's just the nature of these group readings. So pay attention to that. Your intuition is always number one source. By the way, the groups, we have green Aventurine. Beautiful. That's number one. Group number two, we have the Selenite stick. Group number three, we have Serpentine stone. Okay, so once you picked your group or groups, you can watch through or skip ahead to your reading using the timestamps. But before we get into that, I want to do a beautiful magical ritual with you because I just got this new candle. Look at how beautiful the outside of it is. This is from Bath and Body Works, and this literally just smells very floral. I think it's called Flower Child. It smells so floral and it literally just smells like a beautiful woman, like perfume. I love it. So every time I get a new candle, I like to speak my intentions into it or think my intentions into it, infuse it with the candle, and as this candle burns, your intention manifests for you. And also, I like to infuse it with like Reiki energy, source energy. So not just your intention will manifest, but any area of your life that you need blessings and just good energy sent to you. As I burn this candle, it will connect with you. I'm setting the intention that all subscribers, specifically, who want to participate in this, you can participate in this, okay? So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. Little manipulation tact there. If you want this cool spell, you better be subscribed because this is for me and my family, and you guys who are subscribed are my family. Okay, so just take a moment to think of whatever it is that you want to manifest. Let me think of mine. Okay, if you need time to think about it, pause the video now and just imagine you sending that intention to this candle. All right, I'm gonna light it. If it lights. Yep, some strong intentions here, guys, huh? It's seriously not lighting. There we go. I can tell this is gonna be powerful just by that alone, the fact that it's so hard to light. This will be really, really powerful stuff. And let me know if you want to come back, if this has actually worked for you, and shortly after this video, you've seen some differences. Beautiful. All right, let's dive into your reading now. Hello, group number one, and welcome. Let's see what you need right now. You selected the green Aventurine, which is a beautiful stone for healing the heart chakra, creating more of a flow, more of an abundance in your life. It has a calming, especially to your emotional body, just warm, comforting energy. And oh my gosh, I just feel like as I was shuffling your cards, I was feeling this beautiful, warm, comforting energy again, like a blanket. It feels like a spirit that is just wrapping a warm blanket around all of us and wanting to pour some beautiful healing energy into us. And then I also felt the energy so strongly of this candle spell that a lot of us just did. And on the side of this candle, there's flowers, and I got a vision of these flowers like growing and extending out to all of you guys and me and helping grow our manifestations or slash and beyond, and giving us exactly what we need for our highest and greatest good. So the energy is so beautiful. I feel connected to you guys so much already. We didn't even begin the reading. This is going to be a sort of mini reading. We're only going to pull 5 cards, and there's only one tarot card. Now, I haven't seen this card. This is from the Cozy Witch Tarot, and I want to dive into it. I want to read what the booklet says about this card and everything. So let's see what came out for you. What do you need? Wow. 7 of Swords. Holy moly. And we see here a witch. She's taken off her boot and she's about to kill this spider. Wow. All right, we need to read about this in the deck because, this deck is really adorable. And the book that comes with it, it's so cute. It's the Cozy Witch Tarot. There's no capital letters, which is just, I don't know if some people feel this way, but capital letters just aren't as cozy as lowercase letters. So let's see. It says, "No creepy critters in this house," the witch says, going in for the kill. Let's hope that she doesn't follow through, though. Spiders are beneficial to have in one's home, as they help rid it of much more damaging pests. You're being called to ask yourself this: is it necessary to be sneaky and cruel to get what I want? Take our witch here. For example, killing a scary but ultimately harmless spider might be the most convenient thing to do in the moment, but wouldn't it be better to just move to another room if it bothers her that much? I just said you that much. That way, she doesn't end up feeling guilty and the spider can do its job for her. You see, when you avoid harming others as much as possible, everyone wins. Wow. And that did come out upright. What do you need? Well, first off, you need to keep taking the path of integrity. Wow, you know what I just heard, guys, in my head? I heard, your path is moving slower than everyone else's, or you're perceiving your path as unfolding slowly because you are not harming anyone in the process of getting what you want. See, we're in late stage capitalism, and a lot of people have learned that stepping on others and lying, being deceitful, backstabbing, etc., can get them to what they want faster, okay? It can be really quick and easy to take a path that does not resonate with your soul. And that can get you your desired outcome much quicker than anything else. But you, group number 1, decided to take the path of integrity. And I feel guided to share a very personal example with you. So, as you guys know, I've been a tarot reader on the internet and a medium, not just tarot, like doing mediumship readings, psychic readings, everything, using all of my shamanic tools to help you guys through life. And you guys help me so much through your readings and just being a doorway for spirit to, talk with all of us. It's been such a blessing in my life. However, especially for the first couple of years of my business, I was living in very deep poverty. And I knew in my heart and soul that putting myself further into debt by going to business school, because I was going to school for business, did not feel right for me. And I had a lot of opportunities and gross predatory men tell me how easy it would be for me to make a lot of money doing things like OnlyFans. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's a lot of people who are very passionate about that type of work. However, I heavily considered doing that for a bit. And in fact, Oh, maybe I shouldn't share that. I was going to say, and in fact, I even, took so many pictures and made content for it that I never actually ended up releasing. But it felt so out of alignment for me because while I do like being naked, while I do actually really love lingerie, I found that when I was trying to make content in that way, I kept trying to lean it in a positive direction and like be inspirational and literally channel messages from spirit while doing that. And I'm like, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. It was nothing explicit, it was very like, I really wanted like artsy, like nudes because I love being creative. But anyways, it just felt so out of alignment for me. But I was so frustrated with not having money. I was so frustrated. I'm like, man, universe, I'm doing everything that I feel guided to do. I am serving you so much, like channeling messages for you so much. And there was multiple points in my path, very briefly, where I got extremely upset with the universe. And I say very briefly because those moments would last literally like less than an hour. And during those moments, it was intense because that moment where it like breaks and I no longer trust the universe or spirit, very dark entities can, come through me and enter into my life. However, despite all of those challenges and the absolute stress that being in financial poverty puts on a person, I would never wish that stress upon anyone. I literally started having health issues because of that stress. I stayed my path and continue to stay my path and continue to see growth for that. And Spirit is saying, I kind of think to the both of us at this point, because this has been a long example, but to you, I feel like you have a very similar story here, where there was a lot of temptation around you to choose a path that did not align with you. And I don't use the word temptation in like a religious context. Let's be clear, I'm not religious. And what I mean by that is like there's been a lot of temptation around you to take an easier path forward. Easier, quote unquote. But this easier path is soul sucking. You feel a deep resistance to it. And Spirit is saying that the reason that things are taking longer for you is because you're not taking the easy way out. And also, you're not taking a dishonorable way out. A lot of people in your field, whatever that field may be, whatever you're trying to be successful at, they got to the top in one of two ways. Number one, they took the path of integrity like you're taking, and they've just spent a really long time doing it and building that career and enjoying the process, okay? So that person you shouldn't be comparing yourself to because they've had years on you in what you're trying to accomplish. Or they've had privileges that you didn't have. And then there's person number two. And these are people who do take the easy way out. Do things like, for example, if this is someone who's on social media, like paying for followers, okay? Or promoting products that they themselves hate, or products that are not in alignment with the greatest good of humanity. They may backstab their connections, the people who helped rise them up to the top. There's the path of less integrity. And you are not one of those people. Seven of Swords is saying, continue taking the integritist path because it's about to pay off very soon. What you need to do is keep trusting your intuition here, focusing on the abundance and taking good care of yourself in the process. It may sound generic, but also learning to enjoy the journey of growth rather than a destination will go a long way in supporting your mental health in this process. And I promise you that one day, and that one day will come a lot sooner than you realize, you'll look back at all of the hard work, all of the times you chose the right path, and you're going to be so happy that you did. You're going to be so happy that you did because those people who chose the path of less integrity and sort of like buying their way in, I guess you could say, they're going to get exposed canceled, removed from their position. That is a fleeting type of success that will not last them, and it will cost them their mental health, their relationships, a lot of things, their health, you know? And I feel like we can see this so much, not even just with you, but in a lot of people in the public eye right now. You know, a lot of these celebrities, not saying that celebrities are bad, but a lot of these celebrities that keep taking the easy way out, you know, pumping their bodies with absolute toxins, abusing certain medications to lose a lot of weight or look really good, that they know are really devastatingly bad on the human body, and they keep promoting these things. You know, I don't know why an example that's coming to my head. Years ago, I don't know why this still sticks out to me to this day. Years ago, I was on Instagram and I saw someone saying, like, I can help you get a Nicki Minaj butt. She was like a physical fitness trainer or whatever. And I'm like, Nicki Minaj's butt is not real. Like, you can't replicate something that isn't real. Oh my gosh. And I thought how toxic that is. Not that, you know, getting any work done is bad. Not the point of this video. But, oh, actually, you know what? I take that back. It is bad if it's bad for your health. Okay? Never promote that. I mean, if you're at a level where you need that, never mind. That's not what this video is about. Anyways, promoting something that is not for the greatest good, taking this lower path, and just, it's very psychological. It's a way to market oneself to get what they want. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is take the higher path. Keep taking the higher path. Keep listening to your intuition, whatever that intuition is saying. Okay? Keep going on the path, the dream that you have. Focus on how you can grow that. When you find yourself contemplating killing the spider or taking the easy way out, ask yourself, what can I do now instead? There's an abundance of things that this witch on this card can do instead of killing this spider. She could do literally anything else. It doesn't have to end like that. We have this staff coming through from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. I think I'm going to read this book too. We're just going to have a little nighttime read. Well, at least when I'm filming this, it's 9:36 p.m. I have a cup of chamomile tea and a cozy blanket, and nothing like some bedtime stories, you know, even if it's the middle of the day for you. This staff is the symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you to find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature or heal or call plagues. This staff reminds you of the importance of all things, and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. Another thing that I'm seeing here for you guys, a lot of you guys watching need to feel more comfortable being in positions of authority. Be more comfortable with power. Be more comfortable in a leadership position. Why are you resistant to power? Why are you resisting this authority? And we even see that in the Seven of Swords, this theme of abusing that authority, that magneticism, that leadership. You know, abusing her ability to have opposable thumbs and kill something on sight. This theme of resisting it or abusing it, while not fully considering that you can wield this power and this authority and do good with it. You know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities and instinctively select the right path exactly. That's what I'm saying. You've been doing that. Trust your inner wisdom to take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. See, this is so in alignment with what we were just picking up on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find that delicate balance between will and surrender. Beautiful message. We have challenges. See, this is what you're going through. This is what we were picking up on. You're going through challenges on your path of growth and love here. I just went on a walk with someone the other day, and I was talking about this duality in life. And for me, through my meditation, I found that it's important not to strive for happiness, because happiness is a fleeting emotion. But it's more important to strive for peace, which is the acknowledgement that there will be challenges, there will be sadness, there will be anger, there will be tough times. But in an equal amount, there will be happiness, there will be wins, there will be new opportunities, there will be love. And I think peace is the highest emotion we can all strive for, because it takes us out of this battle between light and darkness and brings us to this place where we realize that light and darkness are the same thing. They cannot exist without each other, because without light, there would be no concept of darkness. Without darkness, there would be no concept of light. That's the polarities that the staff unites. Those two polarities need to be united in your mind. And you need to acknowledge, yes, taking the integritous path is challenging. Okay, it comes with its setbacks. It could be easier to take another path. But here's the thing. Taking that discounted path will lead to less reward down the road. So it all evens out. No matter which path you take in life, it doesn't matter. And that's the beautiful thing. The universe doesn't care what path you take. The universe is completely neutral. The spirit of many ascended beings are extremely neutral. Pick what you want, because it's all going to even out at the end of the day. Okay, that's karma, which is woven into the fabric of this universe. That is the dance between light and dark, masculine, feminine, yin and yang, etc. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Not to become, very stoic here, but spirit is lightly pushing you in the direction of following your heart nonetheless. And when you are faced with the challenges that come on that path, the frustrations, specifically frustrations of not manifesting rapidly and having to work hard, Spirit is saying that's inevitable. Those challenges are inevitable no matter which path you take. And what we want you to do is to learn how to enjoy that path rather than overly striving for the destination. Because when you find happiness and peace in the present moment, even if you have not manifested everything that you want in life, something beautiful happens where you become the richest person in the world. You become the most loved and loving person in the world. And everything, all of the feelings you could possibly want, you begin to recognize that they were here with you all along. And ironically, when you get to that state, and you stay in that state consistently, which is something you'll have to train yourself to do. It's not something that comes randomly. You'll have to practice being in that abundant state of mind, and with that perfect balance of polarities and seeing things from this heightened perspective. We don't stay in the state of mind all the time as humans. And that's what monks train for, to consistently stay into that state of mind. But it's something you can do too. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to become a monk. You don't have to, fill in the blank. But Spirit just wants you to enjoy the journey for what it is and recognize that taking the easy way out isn't necessarily going to be a better path for you. Unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Please take over, divine, and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. That's a beautiful affirmation and question that you can ask the universe. Take this burden and show me your will. From the archangels, we have divine order. Archangel Raguel, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order, and notice that scale completely balanced. Exactly. I love that. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Even though you're going through challenges, even though you've had quite a bit of struggles, there's so much you actually did gain from this. This was another thing I was reflecting on a walk the other day. I was reflecting on while me going through severe poverty was one of the most traumatizing and stress-inducing things I've ever been through. I'm also grateful for the experience because having nothing really spurs up so much creativity within someone. And it was from being in poverty that so many blessings actually came. I learned more about foraging. I connected closer with Mama Earth and the plants. I connected more with, sustainability, breaking out of this toxic culture of fast fashion, fast food, etc., very unsustainable living. And it was in that deep poverty that I realized how wealthy I am. I am wealthy as long as I have sunshine, some soil, and the ideas in my own mind, because from the soil and sunshine, there's an unlimited amount of food and vitamins. And as long as my mind is active and my body is active, the world is my oyster. I can do literally anything I want from that point on. Like, I am very wealthy, and I didn't realize how wealthy I was until I reached a point where I was only making like $3,000 a year. I literally cannot emphasize how difficult that is to feed yourself and pay your bills. Somehow I managed to make it out with no late payments on anything, a fantastic credit score. I am a little luckier than most people, but still, there's a lot of blessings in the struggles and in the challenges. And while you're in the depths of those challenges and struggles, it may be easier said than realized, but enjoy the journey of this. See the abundance that's right in front of you, even if you feel like you have absolutely nothing. We have the animal kingdom. Okay, this is your sign. You need a new kitten. You need a new puppy. Animals of all types are extraordinary creatures and miraculous gifts to us. They've been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. At this moment, they have lessons to share with you that will open your heart and soul. I want to read the full message of this, but I definitely feel like animal spirits connect extremely deep to you if you selected group number 1. A lot of you probably already have pets of some sort or some sort of connection with the animals. So many animals remember humans, especially humans that are kind to them, humans that just give off a good energy too. Like, I'll give you an example. I have beautiful plants outside. Specifically, I planted them to feed birds. I don't go out of my way to buy bird seed or even be kind to birds. I love them to death, and I appreciate their beauty. And I noticed over the years of living here, the birds will come right up to me. They don't fly away. They don't freak out like most birds do when a human is nearby. Animals truly remember who you are, and they tell their friends. So many animals tell their friends when a certain human has been nice to them and they recognize your face. Not only that, but animal spirits have so much to teach us, both individual animal spirits as well as collective animal spirits, like the spirit of the crow. Just generally, all of the crows all at once. When we use the word like God or specifically different messiahs throughout time, they're sort of like the human spirit, So a representation of that human spirit, working with any of those can be profoundly healing. Also, I think that taking care of others is profoundly healing because it reminds you to take care of yourself. Spirit has presented this card to you to make you aware that the animal kingdom is beckoning you. Have you been thinking about animals lately? Or have you acquired a new pet? Have you considered volunteering at a shelter? Or are you noticing that regardless of if they have fins, feathers, fur, or two legs or 4, animals are entering your life? Animals offer us unconditional love and encourage us to play and to live life to the fullest. They help us let go of the past, to remember that each moment is a new opportunity to make every day count, and most important, to be in the here and now. Whether you've owned an animal, have one now, cared for one, or simply have a relationship with one, always know that by loving and taking care of God's creatures, in reality, you're taking care of yourself. Exactly, I just said that. Be open to the idea that letting the animal kingdom come into your life They could possibly be your teacher and healer. You never know what beautiful lessons and love awaits you. Wow. Work more with animal medicine, guys. See how it pops up in your life. Read into different animals, learn about them if you keep seeing them. I'm seeing some of you learning about the local birds in your area, fish, animals. How can I take care of them? What can I plant in my yard to attract insects and animals and really just nurture the ecosystem around me and become one with that ecosystem? Connecting back to your earthly roots in that way will really just help balance your mind and soul and heal you on so many different levels. A lot of you, actually all of you who selected group number 1, you will achieve great amounts of success in this lifetime if you keep choosing this path of integrity. With the 7 of Swords, if you chose lower paths in the past, or if you come from a family or background that you're not proud of because of how they've acted in relationships or in life, it doesn't matter. Forgive them, forgive yourself, and move on. All we have is the present moment, and you can decide at any moment to be who you want to be, follow your intuition, follow your inner voice and calling. And that's all that matters. I'm going to leave your reading there. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to help this channel out, liking this video, commenting how it resonated down below, or just spreading love in the comment box to everyone there, and of course subscribing, are all fantastic and easy ways to help the channel out. If you would like to connect with me personally one-on-one, I do offer psychic readings as well as spiritual life coaching sessions. And I also offer homemade intention oils that I make myself, made to order. And right now I'm offering the Goddess Energy Intention Oil, the Third Eye Open Intention Oil, and a Money and Abundance Intention Oil. And I'm just so excited to make those for you guys every time. It's just so fun to do witchcraft, guys. I don't know, I love it. So go ahead and check that out. All of those are available on my website, spiritpsychic.org. And the link to that is always in the description box. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's see what you need right now. You selected the Selenite stick. Beautiful, beautiful energy this has. This sort of acts to me as a vessel that transmutes so much source energy into whatever you're putting it on, whatever, even if you're around it. It's just a nice channel stone. It brings so much peace, clarity, protection, and just it pours in radiant, clear energy. It's great for energy clearing as well, in my opinion. Just bringing in positive, beautiful energy. So that is the stone you selected. I'm hoping this will be a quick reading. I don't want to do something like hours long. What do you need now? We're only going to pull one tarot reading and a few other oracle cards. One tarot card and a few oracle cards that I forgot to shuffle. But anyways, you have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Oh my gosh. Guys, right away I can feel how tired you are. This is a card of tiredness. You need more rest. It says, bless Samhain witches, and she is carrying a lot of pillar candles into the gathering. She's doing a lot of the work here. It says, why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? And I'm going to read about this card from the book because the book to this is so cute, and I just want to dive into it, do a little nighttime stories for us. So let's see. 10 of Wands. Can you believe this witch didn't think that she'd need a box to transport all of those candles from her car to the Samhain celebration? To most, it probably seems like it's way too much for one person to carry. But don't worry, she knows that she can manage it. After all, this is nothing compared to her weekly grocery trips. However, there's no denying that it didn't have to be done this way. In a reading, this may indicate that you're nearing the end of a long, tireless endeavor. Hooray! However, make sure that you're not making any unnecessary work for yourself. You aren't going to get extra credit points here, so just do whatever is necessary to get it done and then move on. Now, this is coming out in reverse for you, so let's read the reversed message. I know we all live in a capitalist society, but being burnt out and exhausted like you are now is not the badge of honor you think it is. If you're not getting compensated for extra work, then don't do it. Oh my gosh. I have a story for you after this. Know when enough is enough. That is crazy. I have the goosebumps right now because literally, right before I started filming, I took a break between group number 1 and your reading, and I was responding to some messages on Instagram, and my friend, my dearest friend, they were telling me how they aren't receiving a stipend anymore because they are an exchange student who came here to study for their PhD. They were getting some money for that, for like living costs, things, whatever. And they recently graduated. And they've been doing a lot of extra work after graduation, after finishing their PhD, for their advisors. And they just informed me that they are not receiving any money for that. And I was like, wait a second. You've been doing all of this work every day. You've been going to these meetings. You've been acting like their personal slave, to be honest. And you were receiving nothing for that for 2 whole months. And you're living out of your savings. And you're having to apply to all of these jobs. You have no idea where you're going to go in the future. And you weren't even receiving money for the extra work. And the fact that this card then comes out and says, if you're not being compensated, don't do it. Oh my gosh, what a sign. There's no such thing as a coincidence, okay? Everything's a sign, everything's connected. And I feel like I had that little texting break and had that conversation then to just hop into your reading. And mind you guys, I selected this card for you before this reading even began, and I didn't see it at all. So that's just absolutely insane to me. So what are you doing in your life, group number 2, where you're not really being compensated for the work that you are putting in? I'll give you another example that's less money oriented. And again, I was literally just thinking about this right before I started before your reading. I was just thinking to myself how for the longest time, there was like a period where it was literally 2020. So the year before 2020, 2019, I lost my entire friend group due to some really immature drama. And then COVID happened and no one could leave their house. And I had like no friends. I was super lonely. And that is the same year, the same time that I started my first YouTube channel. And I started this community here and could talk to you guys. And it felt really great because I was able to do readings and express all of my crazy ideas about spirituality and all that on here. But in the back of my mind, I was sort of pressuring myself to be more social, to make more friends, etc. And then recently, I've been doing just that because I've been having all of these opportunities, people wanting me to be a part of their communities, reaching out, and, you know, I'm a friendly person. Like, I say yes, of course. And, you know, I was going to all of these, you know, hangouts with people, having conversations, getting these invitations out, and I just felt exhausted. I felt like I wasn't connecting with you guys as much as I wanted to. And I just wasn't filling my cup as much as I wanted to. There was a lot of things in life that I wanted to do, a lot of projects I wanted to complete that keep being procrastinated, because I was putting this weird, like, almost like fear of missing out energy on myself. And I made the realization recently, and by recently I mean literally yesterday, that, you know, I don't have to say yes to every single friendship. I don't have to always be the one that does the hard work. Like, I'm the type of person where if there is stuff that needs to be lifted and carried into the house or carried around, I'm the one who wants to take the heaviest thing that I can possibly handle, so that way no one else has to do it. Despite the fact that like 99% of the people in my life are men with literally like more upper body strength, and it's easier for them And I don't know, the reason why I'm telling you this is because I feel like you make it hard on yourself for no reason as well. And it's like you're taking on extra work for what? Just to stress yourself out. You're not getting paid for it. You know, you don't win anything from this. So what ways are you doing that? I would love it if you guys felt comfortable commenting down below. You don't have to though. Like, what is the thing? In what areas of life are you over giving, overextending yourself to the point of burnout? For some of you, this could even be relationships. Like, you keep doing so much for your partner. For what? Oh my gosh. I can go on about so many stories here. This is taking me back. I feel like I was in your energy a few years ago, honestly. Oh my gosh. At that time, I was in a relationship and I had like no money. I was just telling group number 1 how broke I was. And I spent like $300 on a really nice watch for my partner at the time. And for what? I was broke. I didn't have a car. I didn't have anything. And also they didn't even appreciate it. They wore it like one time and that was it. So what was all that extra work for? Literally extra work, extra hours put in. It didn't benefit anyone. Didn't benefit me. Didn't benefit him. What was I trying to prove? Why was I overgiving? Why was I burning myself out? Why was I draining my resources into other people and things that served no higher purpose or benefit to anyone? And you're being asked to take a good hard look at the people or things in your life that you are expending a lot of your energy and resources into that are not paying off for anybody, you know? Some of you guys, this could even be enabling. Now, it's not going to be that for everyone, and you'll have to be very honest with yourself if that is the case. You know, I know someone who is in a very abusive relationship with their daughter. Like, their daughter is the abusive one. This is an elderly person, and the daughter is like almost 30, still living with her, and just extremely verbally abusive. And she is sort of siphoning a lot of energy from that elderly mother figure of theirs and having them pay for like car expenses, food expenses, things like that. It's embarrassing, honestly. It's really embarrassing how she treats her and how much the mother gives to her. And, you know, that would be a perfect example of enabling, because it's like the mother is giving because she feels bad. She doesn't want, you know, the daughter to suffer in life with the personal challenges that she put herself in. However, enabling that type of behavior is actually making the daughter worse, because she is not learning self-sufficiency. She is not learning responsibility, and she is not putting herself out there in healthy adult friendships and relationships and environments where she can really adjust, because she is very socially disturbed is the only way I can put it. And I know that sounds harsh and judgmental, but trust me, I know this person very well. And yeah, so this could be enabling for some of you. I'm sorry I keep going off on all these side tangents, but a lot of you have said that you like it, so I'll keep going off on my side tangents. But let's see what else comes out for you. What do you need right now? We have aging. Beautiful. And this says, I am one with unlimited love. Beyond all seeming restrictions of age, I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine Shakti. Wonderful. You need to appreciate the aging process and all of the wisdom and confidence that you build with age. And it's funny that we were just talking about age, because I was mentioning that person who's enabling someone who should be a full-grown adult by now. And this has me wondering, actually, with these very specific examples that are coming through, are you over-giving to other human beings? Some of you may have a mild control problem where, a lot of women deal with this specifically, not just women, men too, but oh my gosh, there's this issue where, you know, you may have been around people who weaponized incompetence in your life, who did things very poorly, so that way you would never ask them to do things again. That could be one reason, but for whatever reason, You just are constantly feeling like if I don't do it, no one else will. And you may find yourself in scenarios where you're overgiving because of that. And it's like you just have to trust that if you were to step back and rely upon other individuals, like that's the first thing. Oh, this can lead to a whole nother discussion as well. So there's this concept of building healthy trust. Okay, and this is something that I can't really preach about, so it's funny that this is being channeled. A lot of people who overshare in relationships and they trust people too quickly end up getting burnt needs to hear this message. You may be that person, okay? One of the ways that you can build trust in a way that won't get you burnt is by starting in small increments, okay? So if you ask someone to do something small for you, to benefit you, to help you out, to help take some of the weight off your shoulders, and they don't argue with you about it, they don't do it horribly, and they actually show up and do it great, and it takes some stress off your shoulders, that is the number one, like literally the very, very first, most basic step in the staircase to building trust with someone. Okay? That's number one. You can't get to the other steps before you get there. However, group number 2, you may have jumped to the top of the staircase with certain individuals in your life, and they failed at step 1. Okay? And it's like you ask them for help in something, they do it so crappily, you never ask them again, or they just argue with you, they don't do it at all. This could be coworkers, this could be family, this could be relationships, friendships, anything. You ask for one small thing, like, hey, I'm going through a really rough time right now, like I could really like just have someone here with me, and they argue with you, and then they don't follow up at all. Step number 1, they broke it. They're not a trustworthy person. And you need to understand that the word trustworthy doesn't just apply to like people lying straight to your face or not lying straight to your face. No. That little thing of showing up to alleviate some of the stress of being a responsible adult, that's step number 1 in a healthy adult relationship, that is. You know, I think it's a little different when you're dealing with children whose brains are still developing, but we're not speaking on that. This is an adult connection, okay? Because you shouldn't be the only one here doing everything. You shouldn't be the only one here, like, having to plan and juggle. Here's the thing, you can do that. You have been doing that for a long time. And your body is starting to beg you to knock it off. And some of you may even be having physical symptoms of this, autoimmune responses, okay? And I'm not predicting this. But for some of you watching, like this is literally showing up as physical symptoms, heart palpitations, stress, things like that. All right. We have Seek coming out. The power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. We are all one with spirit and always will be connected to one another. Beautiful message. Let's continue that with the rest of the booklet message because it's a reading day. Seek. The spirit world is sending you this card because we feel that you may be forgetting that you're a multidimensional being, and we want to remind you that you're a spiritual being as well as a physical being. Now is the time to stop seeing everything on a limited physical level and to seek out the spiritual in all things. Learn to see from your heart and soul. Seek out the spiritual beauty in all things, as well as in the people around you. If you're having difficulty understanding someone, try looking beyond what you're seeing in front of you. Layer upon layer of life issues, maybe disguising the goodness that's inside that person, making him or her seem mean, resentful, or spiteful. Equally, some individuals may appear aloof or distant, which is a form of protective armor, often due to past hurts. It may be hard at first, but know that a divine spirit exists within those people. Pray that the goodness in you honors the goodness in them, and that the goodness in them honors the goodness in you. So what this is saying is, despite the fact that there may be resentments, burnout, stress building up within you because of the society we live in, and feeling like you are the only person you can rely on, and having a hard time giving up some of that power to the people around you, whether that be because you don't allow it or because some of the people around you legitimately are not trustworthy. With that, it's important for you not to get into a bitter state of all men suck, all girls suck, all women suck. I'm better off single, I'm better off on my own, and like turning it into a bitter experience. I think that's what Spirit is trying to prevent from happening. And if you keep being in this 10 of Wands reversed energy, that's what it's going to turn into, and you're going to age into one of them bitter old people. So stop the cycle now. If someone's not trustworthy, don't keep them in your life, period. Okay? All right, start building trust in a healthy way. I'm seeing books. I'm specifically seeing the self-help book section of Barnes & Noble pop into my head. Some of you, you may want to look up like getting a book on how to build trust healthily in connections and relationships. I don't know. Anyways, we have the rainbow coming out with the number 41. Which is significant because I know someone who just turned 41 yesterday. I'm going to take a little tea break. Everyone take a little tea break. Sip your tea. So, some of you guys watching may be 41, or the number 41 may be significant. April 1st may be significant. Let's see what the rainbow has to say. The rainbow symbolizes the 7 steps of a true spiritual path, which manifest as the colors of the 7 chakras. In the Himalayas, the rainbow body is seen as the full realization of our essence. The rainbow also represents the bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. At the end of our lives, we can journey across the rainbow bridge to the highest heavenly realms. When the rainbow appears, it is an affirmation that all is well and that you are in right relationship with Spirit. And this is an invitation. The rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. Persevere and remember that it is darkest just before dawn. Do not give up on hope. Things are about to take a positive turn. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of dawn, even while the night is still darkest, but do not claim victory yet or let your guard down fully. You know what that message just reminded me of and brought back to my mind? Camping on miserable nights where water gets inside the tent and it's freezing. There was something about hearing those morning birds and having that first ray of sunshine finally hit your skin and warm you up after a long freezing cold night. It was like medicine. Oh my gosh. And then you can go out and build a morning fire. Oh my gosh. And then warm yourself up more. I got that energy from you. A lot of you have been on a long, tiring journey, very burnt out. What you need right now is rest. Okay, you just need to relax. Create some time for you. And in the process of doing that, yeah, you might have to rely on other people and trust other people to show up. And finally, we have claircognizance. And look at that, the rainbow again. It said, when you see the rainbow, all is right. See, you're already on a good path, guys. I think these realizations that we're talking about in this reading, you're already making them on your own anyways. Archangel Uriel, pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. So when it comes to creating happiness for yourself, creating peace, prosperity, abundance, consistency, I feel like you already at this present moment have the ideas that will bring you onto your highest path. It is just a matter of taking action on those ideas, whatever they are. I can give you another example. For the longest time, like in my business, I had this idea to do certain things to help grow my business. I just was not doing them. I would procrastinate for years on end. And finally, the realization hit me one day. I'm like, why am I sitting here complaining about the lack of growth when all of the ideas in my head are ideas that are going to promise me growth if I just do them? I'm the one that has not been doing them. And I keep begging the universe, like, where's my manifestation? Why isn't it here yet? Where's the growth? But the universe already answered my request for this manifestation by giving me the ideas that will get me there. I was just too lazy, I guess, or didn't have the energy, I said to myself, to do those things. And it's like, okay, well, then you can't complain. So this is actually a good thing. The abundance, the path is already laid out before you. And your internal to-do list of like the things that you're like, oh, I should do this, I should do that, that is your way forward. You know, when you're saying, oh, I want to write a book, I should write a book. Or I want to start a blog, I should write a blog. Or I want to start going to the gym, I should go to the gym. Those should things are your path forward. They are the answers to your request, whatever that may be, even if it seems totally unrelated to what you requested from the universe, what you want to manifest. For example, if you're like, I want to manifest the love of my life, you may think that taking a solo trip to Brazil has nothing to do with that. And you don't know why you keep thinking to yourself, oh, I really want to go on a solo trip and I really want to go to Brazil. You may not realize why that idea is so stuck in your head. But what you may not see is that during that solo trip to Brazil, you may meet the love of your life. You know what I mean? So it's like, pay attention to those ideas and thoughts that pop in your head, because that is claircognizance. You already have the steps forward. You keep asking the universe, show me the path forward. And the universe is saying, you already know the path forward. It is that to-do list that is in your head that you keep procrastinating on. That's your path forward. Like, visualize yourself doing that. That's how you move forward. Okay, but simultaneous to that, take rest from the things that are draining your vital essence, that are not those things, you know? Focus on those things and let go of the distractions or the things that consume a lot of your energy, okay? That don't give you any payoff. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to help this channel out, like this video, comment how it resonated down below. I'm so curious about that. And subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want to connect with me one-on-one in a personal reading, I do offer that on my website. I also offer spiritual life coaching sessions there and my intention oils. I have 3 available in my apothecary, and all of those are on my website, spiritpsychic.org. The link to that is always in the description box, so check it out. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. You selected the Serpentine, which is a beautiful stone that helps awaken your energy, your chakras, and create an ascension, I believe. It feels very emotionally healing. It works beautifully with the heart chakra, and there's just so much great abundance that can come from this stone, and you can work with that energy wonderfully. So, what do you need right now? We have the star in reverse. Wow. This is what it looks like upright. We see a witch in little rain boots looking up at the star. There's a puddle there and a bird drinking out of it. It says, have faith that healing is in the forecast. And we're going to read about this from the booklet. This is the Cozy Witch Tarot. So let's see what the star is trying to teach you at this moment. After her yard is destroyed by a hurricane, this witch comes outside to check the damage, stopping to take in the sight of the glittering sky above her. It's more beautiful than anything I could have ever imagined, she whispers, seemingly to no one, until she hears a kind and otherworldly voice respond, which speaks also to you. Yes, child. The stars from many universes have come to shine their healing light upon you. They reassure you that it's okay to let yourself have hope again, because whatever troubles you've been facing have served their purpose and will soon come to an end. The journey ahead is bright. Trust that you are being led to magical and awe-inspiring places. Beautiful message there. A lot of you guys, what you need right now is hope and faith that beautiful prosperity and abundance is coming to you. You need to realize and recognize that amazing things are happening for you. Now, this card is in reverse, so let's see what this says. The hardships you've endured have caused you to lose belief in yourself and your path. It may not seem like things will get better, but they will. The divine forces that surround you have not given up on you, nor will they ever. Be open to miracles. Wow. Wow, what you need right now is some hope, some faith, some recognition that all is well. We had the card Patience flip out as I was shuffling this. Beautiful. And it says, if you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. See, we keep getting this repetitive message here that change is coming, that good things are coming. And you just need to relax and have faith in that. Because when you're constantly in this state of worrying and saying everything is destroyed, woe is me, things will not get better. You know, where is this money? Where is this love? Where is this health? Where is this happiness? When am I going to catch my break? When you're in that energy, there's actually quite a bit of resistance that you're having to these new, beautiful energies that are wanting to come forward. So have patience and trust. You know, this is somewhat similar to group number 1, actually. So if you felt drawn to group number 1 as well and you want to watch that reading, be my guest. But this is just an acknowledgement to have faith in yourself and your dreams, and that everything is good. Some of you guys, I'm actually seeing the message here as well, that what you need is to connect with your spirit guides a bit more and your spirituality a bit more. Okay, doing things like meditations, journaling, spending time at your altar, whatever it is that you do to connect to your guides and that psychic connection within yourself, connect back with your shamanic roots, definitely do that. Another thing that I'm seeing here is profound books that change the way you look at reality. And there's so many of them that I can recommend, so I won't recommend any of them, but you know, sometimes there's just books or even like talks that enter our life and completely changes the way we think about things and connects us to our spirituality on a deeper level and has us looking at reality in a different way. It has us connecting more dots, opening our mind, and actually having that sort of kundalini experience we were talking about with the stone that you picked, the Serpentine. What you need right now is this sort of kundalini awakening. So I would recommend diving into that world again. You know, you may have dove into those things a lot during your first spiritual awakening. You know, things like, you know, those self-help books that are, you know, profound, TED Talks, things like that. And you may have backed away from that for a little bit, but Spirit is saying, it's not even Spirit. I feel like there's either a book or like a talk that's sort of like drawing you in towards it, and it will present itself to you. And through reading that or hearing about that, it will change your reality. And I feel like your spirit guides are supporting this as well. Okay. From the Mystical Shaman Oracle, you have Luminous Warrior in reverse. Let's read about this too. And we have the number 32 coming out as well. Luminous Warrior. The Luminous Warrior has no enemies in this world or the next. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than on what hides in the dark. Since he casts no shadow, he is as radiant as the sun and can transform his most terrible enemy into his ally. His power comes not from the word, but from speaking his truth at all costs. And the medicine in this coming out in reverse is this. Are you being tempted by your own emotions to follow your lower instincts? Are you being invited to enter into a quarrel with someone? Put your sword away. This is not the time for battle. Your enemy is not who you think it is. Do not act from a place of anger that will damage your relationships and hurt the ones you care for. Find the truth hiding in your heart that will affirm your instinct for peace rather than war. So what you need right now is peace and patience and this acceptance that beautiful things will unfold beautiful things are coming to you. Because you are a beautiful person. You are love itself. And the universe has no option but to reflect that love, that kindness, and all of the beautiful multifaceted traits within you back to yourself through your external reality. Beautiful. Let's see what else wants to come out. This is going to be a short reading. Okay, your card just fell on the floor. And it says this: remember who you are, Archangel Michael. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. I get the intuitive feeling that if you selected group number 3, you do a lot of good work here on this planet. With whatever you're doing fantastic at raising your children. If you have children, you are doing wonderfully if you are a light worker. You know, whatever your career or passion or purpose or drive is, your space in communities, you are a very important person here and extremely powerful. I feel like a lot of you who selected group number 3 are earth angels, and what you need right now is to get back in touch with who you are as a soul, why you came here, and that sort of divine energy and purpose. What you need to do right now, also with that card, is to recognize your own divinity. You need to spend more time on your own, some of you, to connect back with this, to connect with your spirit guides, your ancestors. I am seeing time spent reading these inspiring, uplifting, and thought-provoking books. I'm seeing time spent at altars, giving offerings, time doing shamanic journeys, astral projection, remote viewing, meditation, whatever your thing is, whatever your practice is, this is your call to connect back to that, or to connect to that side of you. I'm feeling a calling for a lot of you to explore more of your psychic abilities. Explore more into the spiritual as well as the physical realms, and see yourself as a bridge. A lot of you who selected group number 3 are on a shamanic path in life where your soul, your essence exists at the bridge of this energy. And, you may have been recently in one world more than the other, okay? So, for example, you may have been just caught up in this physical life recently, like going to social events and going out or working or whatever it is that you do with your responsibilities, and that other half of you is calling to have some attention. That's going to be the case for the majority of you. For some of you, it's the opposite. You've been so much in your daydreams, so much connected to spirit, to manifestation, to magic work. But you've been neglecting that physical side of you, the one that just takes action on those things, the one that's eating well, the one that is full of energy and is dancing and socializing and being a part of the world. You're somebody who dances in both of those realms of existence. And it's so important for you to find yourself at that bridge of balance. Because when you're too much in one world or the other, it'll just throw you off a little bit. You'll feel a little bit scattered, a little drained, or just having this intuitive feeling that something's missing. And I just saw 5555 as I said that. So this is incredibly important for you to achieve this level of balance at all times. Okay, and at the time that you're watching, I feel like the majority of you, normally you're in this more spiritual space, and you may have been in the past really in that spiritual space and felt not enough in the physical realm, but now it's like, okay, now you need to go back to that spiritual space and just create that balance, strike that balance. Okay, Wow. We have forgiveness. Holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness, in its own right, is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. I'm going to read the rest of this from the booklet because I feel like there's more to this message. Forgiveness. You receive this card right now because past hurts need to be healed. The spirit world is trying to assist you in stepping out of that stagnant energy wrapped around old wounds so that those hidden spiritual and life experiences can emerge. Once these past hurts are dispelled, you'll feel reawakened, energized, happier, and more connected. See, that also stems back to the Serpentine, that awakening of your chakras and pushing all of those old emotions out of your body. And I was just talking to a friend the other day, and they were telling me how unprocessed emotions are just as damaging to your organs as toxic foods. Those unprocessed emotions, your organs process them. And when you have so much trauma and resentment and anger and all of this stuff built up from the past still in your body, it can really throw things out of whack, out of balance. And that's when health issues can start cropping up, and they're mysterious. You don't know why it's happening, and doctors may, not have an answer for you, but the answer goes beyond just the physical. It goes into the spiritual and the mental. What emotions is your body processing that you need to forgive, that you need to work through and let go in order to just, ease it up, ease the pressure that's being put on yourself by yourself. Once these past hurts are dispelled, you'll feel reawakened, energized, happier, and more connected. Forgiveness is about choice. It's not about absolving someone of their past actions. It's a matter of releasing the anguish and torment that your soul is having to cope with. Forgiveness requires compassion, insight, kindness, and wisdom. Each time you forgive, it will enable you to release positive energy towards healthier and more productive endeavors. Every time you forgive, you break the cycle of pain. Forgiveness enables you to be less affected and constrained by the suffering, so you empower yourself to stop feeling like the victim. And didn't we mention that earlier? That energy of, first off, making enemies where enemies are not due, and trying to see that good within other people, even if they've wronged you, realizing they're not the enemy. What the enemy is their traumas, their fears that were passed on to them from others. That's the real enemy, those shadows. And also recognizing how powerful you are and how much good is coming to you, and not falling into that victim mentality of, when will this happen? Why hasn't this happened yet? It's all coming together here. As those feelings of resentment and hurt melt away, your capacity to love, to trust, and to believe all rise to the surface, so you can get back to loving yourself and vibrating at a higher level. Wow. Forgiving someone is not a sign of weakness. In fact, it's a sign of pure spiritual strength. I love that message. And it all connects to each other. So what you need right now is to forgive, to let go of these old energies. I just had like a spirit smell come through. That was really weird. It wasn't like a physical smell that I smelled, but it was like the memory of a smell, which does not happen that often for me. And it smelled like a certain laundry soap. A very intense smelling laundry soap. That's not something that would randomly come to me. I don't use scented laundry soap at all. I make my own laundry soap that's unscented. So that specific scent may be significantly attached to someone who you need to forgive or let go of. I'm not sure. That's interesting. Or if you knew someone who's passed away who smelled like that, they're coming in to say hi. Hello. Beautiful. I hope this reading resonated with you and helped you. Take what resonated from it, leave anything that doesn't. If you feel comfortable, I would love to hear how it resonated with you in the comment section. Doing that always helps the channel out as well. And I just love reading your comments, your stories, and the love, the positivity you guys share with each other there. You can also like this video and subscribe if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my life coaching sessions there and my intention oils there, so check it out. I think you guys would particularly benefit from the Third Eye Open intention oil if you want to check that out. All of that's available on my website, spiritpsychic.org. The link to that is always in the description box. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.